I'm sitting here thinking, if only you guys knew what I've been through in the last 15 minutes. First of all, almost ran into a guy on a bike because he dipped right and I went right. Almost he had to slam on the brakes, awkwardly made eye contact with him. And then a minute after that, guys, I awkwardly ran into a girl while walking because she went left, I went left. Then we both went right together. It was really awkward. I finally got past her. Then some guy caught me staring at him because as I was walking back to my apartment, he's got a king-size Kit Kat bar he's just munching on for breakfast, and I was really thrown off by that. He caught me staring at him. Hope you guys all enjoyed this episode of CSGO News. I am really stressed out right now. Hope you all enjoy. Let's get right into it. And first up today, guys, on CSGO News, I want to discuss KQLY's most recent tweet a couple days ago, which many of you guys took as a possible return of him to CSGO, and his Valve ban would be unbanned, but that is simply not true, guys. KQLY was very nice and very kind, actually nice enough to reach out to us at CSGO News and confirm this tweet was just a reference to Envious's roster change. Many of you guys know also a couple days ago when KQLY tweeted this out, Envious had a roster change where they replaced Devil with another Frenchman by the name of Sixer. So yes, guys, KQLY also told us his Valve ban will be for life. His ESEA ban does expire in 2 months, which will be the 2-year anniversary of his incident for that Valve ban, which had actually occurred, as many of you guys heard about, where he got that back ban for having a cheating program, which he thought other pros were using at the time. Not going to get into details about that, guys. So as of right now, that KQLY tweet does not mean he's coming back. He can confirm that. So thank you to KQLY for reaching out to us, guys. As of right now, he's still going to stick to streaming. He's also been getting into Overwatch as well. So best of luck to him in the future, guys. He will not be returning to CSGO as of right now. In today's second CSGO news story, a lot of you guys wanted me to talk about the struggles and the worries about Navi's recent performance. As many of you guys know, not only in the LAN events, the recent tournaments they've been to, but also online for ESL Pro League. As of yesterday's video, guys, they actually had lost 4 games in a row in ESL Pro League to Fnatic and HellRaisers. 2 matches there to Fnatic and 2 to HellRaisers, as well as 5 of their last 6 ESL Pro League matches have been losses, as they split a series late last week with Virtus Pro 1-1 in that series. Now, I do want to recently talk about, guys, the performances of all these teams they've lost to has not been that bad. People really kind of overhyping these losses in ESL Pro League. First of all, I do want to talk about, of course, Virtus Pro, one of the top 5 teams in the world. Not really surprised. They split a series with them, so that's still quite impressive. But what I do want to talk about really quick is Fnatic and HellRaisers. Fnatic, even with the Swedish roster change, will always be a difficult matchup, so I'm not really necessarily surprised they lost those 2 matches, but mainly HellRaisers, guys. A lot of people underrating this roster. If you guys do not know, they got a new trial member by the name of Dead Fox, and ever since he's actually joined the team, they've been performing quite well. They've dominated teams like Navi, 16-3, 16-6. They've also dominated teams like Flipside Tactics. Those are really dominating games like 16-7, 16-6 as well. The scorelines of the recent games have been very, very well. Although they did split a series with Penta Esports last week, this HellRaisers roster is very underrated and still a very good team. So again, even though they've lost 5 of their last 6 matches, that's not the reason why I'm worried about this Navi lineup. So I want to talk about that really quick, guys. Why I'm actually worried is the scoreline of these ESL Pro League matches. So my first of 2 reasons is the scoreline of these last 4 losses to Fnatic and to HellRaisers has been 16-6, 16-3, 16-7, and 16-5. They failed to win even 8 rounds in any of those 4 matches, and that to me, guys, seems like a team who is actually going to admit defeat when it seems likely. You know, they go down 5 rounds, and they're going to be a team to give up, and that to me seems like a big morale issue. Maybe it's because of the acquirement of Simple. Who knows, guys? That's the first reason why I'm worried, and the second reason why I'm worried is the team admitted. We had season interview with eScore Esports admit the team is just not ready, and they're not what they're supposed to be. As many of you guys know, they usually go by the saying that, you know, the better you feel, the better you are. You know, the better you say you are, the better you're going to do. And now I know that's not always true, but I really don't like a CSGO team or an esports team that comes out and admits, hey, we're just not good right now. I don't think that's a good morale booster. Again, maybe an attitude problem with the team there. But also on top of that reason, guys, why I don't see much happening for Navi in the recent future as of right now. For ESL New York, if you guys don't know, it's the first major tournament, the first official tournament with a no coaching rule will be enforced. And obviously Navi going to be a heavy hit team by there. Obviously Liquid will not beat ESL New York. The team that's been hit the most by this and ESL New York will be Navi. So I don't expect them to make a very good strike in this tournament. I don't want to say they're not going to make the semifinals. That would be my guess though. But knowing my luck, guys, whatever I say, Navi's going to go counter it and then do it. So I don't expect much from ESL New York from Navi, guys, but we'll see what happens this week. Every single time I have an episode, this happens. Let me show you guys something really quick. This is my apartment, if you guys have never seen it before. And every single day we have a lot of trains go by when I'm doing my talks, when I'm doing my little short clips for every single scene. And here's what happens. A train goes by every single time. All right. Hey, train! And it's only really painful when I nail a clip and all of a sudden the train's like, woo! And also, quick news for all of you guys, we've been giving you a lot of World Championship or TWC news these past few videos. I do want to talk about really quick though, we did have Australia who was unable to select a roster for TWC, which happens next week in October, and will be replaced by Turkey for the first 8 teams, or the final 8 teams who will compete there. And this will include the Space Soldier superstar, many of you guys know Xantares, who will be on this team as they took down Belgium 2-0 in their best of 3 to actually qualify for the 8th and final spot though, guys. We do believe all the rosters are now filled for TWC, so look out for that, guys. I believe it starts October 5th through the 9th for the World Championships of CSGO. So look out for that, guys. It's going to be very exciting to watch at least some of these teams compete. Even though a lot of pro players are going to be busy at tournaments, it should be a fun tournament no matter what. And just like I talked about Navi and their struggles earlier, guys, I also want to talk about Godsent for a number of reasons. The first of which was being their match against LDLC in the ESEA Premier match just yesterday. Just one match there, but Existence and his team actually took down Godsent and their roster just yesterday. Not too convincing fashion, still a close map. But I do want to talk about this because CSGO News used to cover LDLC and their new lineup a long time ago. I believe it was just 4 months ago when they first formed this new German and French roster, and actually a month ago again where they revamped. They got rid of 2 of their Frenchmen, Bouli and Matend, and picked up XMS and Mistu. So still LDLC, one of those teams who obviously hasn't been on our radar a lot lately, but still Existence in his squad can compete against higher tier teams. So that's always great to see, and still another worry for Godsent as they're losing to teams like LDLC, which really should not be happening. Now also on top of that, guys, another reason why I want to talk about these guys in the Godsent roster is it might be a quiet few months for all of them. If you guys know, they're not in the E-League Major. They're also not ESL Pro League. They didn't qualify for E-League Season 2, and they also did not make, I believe it was ESL New York this next weekend. That's pretty obvious. They're not one of the 8 teams there. They also failed to qualify for Epicenter, which is a pretty big failure there because they lost to Dignitas, and that's a $500,000 prize pool. So a big loss there to Dignitas as they moved on to Epicenter. But also, guys, one final reason here is we have one final chance for Godsent before the next major probably, and that's going to be the iBuyPower Masters, who announced probably the most random 8-pool lineup for the $100,000 there that I have ever heard of. So it will be Godsent and 7 other teams, guys. A majority of these teams actually are American, and that will be Cloud9, TSM, Echo Fox, Immortals. We also have Tyloo, Renegades, and FaZe kind of finish out those 8 teams. Again, one of the most 8 random teams, but also a very important tournament, guys, for Godsent, because this tournament will also qualify the top 4 teams. So the 4 teams who make it out of group stages at the iBuyPower Masters of those 8 teams, those 4 teams will also qualify for IEM Oakland, which is a $300,000 prize pool later the next week in California. So again, going to be a very important matchup for all these teams here, as these teams who compete at iBuyPower Masters and then possibly qualify for IEM Oakland, these are possibly going to be, for a lot of these teams, their last official tournaments or their last large tournaments before the January E-League tournament or the major there. So going to be a big time here for Godsent to actually try and qualify for both these tournaments, which might be their last 2 tournaments before the E-League major. And also really quick on IEM Oakland, guys, the $300,000 prize pool, it's going to include many of the top 15 teams in the world. I think the only teams that are in the top 15 that will not be at IEM Oakland, which is arguably going to be the last major event before the actual major in January, are going to be Dignitas, Optic, and maybe Heroic and Envious if you guys include them in your top 15 teams. So again, IEM Oakland is going to be a big major qualifier, a major standpoint to see what teams are on point before, about 2 months before the actual E-League majors. I don't know what Hey, how's it going? Started recording, I don't know what I'm going to say, so next clip. And for our last 2 topics today, guys, I want to freely talk to all of you. First of all, we do have ESL New York starting today. I'm actually going to be on the road all weekend long, guys. I'm going over to a friend's place at a separate college, going to hang out with them and celebrate another friend's 21st this weekend. So I'm going to be very, very busy. Luckily, though, you guys can expect tomorrow to have a YouTube revenue giveaway, my first ever official one. That will be uploaded tomorrow. So hope you guys all just go smash that video and hope you all enjoy, because a lot of you guys have a great chance at winning some money from me in that YouTube revenue giveaway video. But first of all, guys, group stages of ESL New York starts today. So I will be hopefully having a CSGO News episode Sunday or sometime late Sunday covering the grand finals there and other CSGO News that I missed this weekend. So you guys can expect a video, obviously the video you're watching right now today, YouTube revenue Saturday, and then of course CSGO News hopefully Sunday if I'm not too tired and not too crammed with homework, because I have a lot going on these next couple weekends, guys, which I'm really, really excited for, but also kind of nervous and anxious for as well. So expect a lot on this channel. Thank you all for the great support. Now I do want to talk about really quick as well my not partnership with TradeSkinsFast.com. I told you guys my friend Scooby founded the website. I'm not a partner with him. Now, I actually made that video with him without him knowing about it, but then afterwards he actually said, hey Jake, like if you want to shout us out more often, we'll give you a sponsorship. So I have not taken it yet, guys. I want you all to know that it was a consideration only after the video. So for all you guys were saying, oh my gosh, like you never have a sponsor and all of a sudden now you're sponsored by like a gambling website, it's not a gambling. Like, Scooby's my friend. Like, that's all I did. It's not like a bad website that you guys are gonna get scammed on. It's just pretty much instant trading for all of you guys. So I want to talk about and be transparent with all of you. Yes, the sponsorship is possible. Who knows what's gonna happen though? So that's with that. Thank you all for your constant support. Please leave a comment down below, guys. I'm going to try and reply to some actually tonight before I go out. So hope you guys all enjoy. Live, love, laugh a lot. My name is Jake. Remember, I like you. I'll see y'all next time. Remember, I like you. Goodbye. I just feel like I want to ramble so bad. I need to talk to you guys, but I have no method of doing so. So I wanted to do this after the video actually concluded. I want to say I'm sorry. Like, I feel so bad when I get comments about me being greedy, and it's just, I don't even know. Like, how do I go about, I mean, I get a sponsorship with one gambling website for one video and people just dislike the heck out of me. And then I finally get a sponsorship, or a possible sponsorship with Scooby, a friend of mine, for a website that isn't bad. You know, you don't have to you don't have to use it. And then people are like, yo, you're selling out. Is there any way to please you guys? I mean, do I just try and like not make money ever again, and that's the only way to please you guys? If I'm not being selfish, I can't make a single dollar off YouTube or what I do. And here comes another train again. I swear, every time I do a clip, a train comes by. So just, I don't know. I don't even know what I'm saying right now. Leave a comment down below and hopefully I'll reply. Thank you guys for all supporting me. Really do appreciate it. I'll see y'all next time. Goodbye.